In this special episode, Golden and I discuss DC Fandome 2021. Full speed ahead.
The Omega Beam. Full power. The Omega Beam.
Welcome to the Omega Beam number 144. I'm your host, Orrin Merton. So if you're a listener for a while, you know that last year, DC had its own fan event online called the DC Fandome. Well, it was a hit, so they did it again. And this year, we're doing another special edition on DC Fandome 2021.
This is Golden, and I'm here with Orrin, and we have our background noise that is going to be produced by our daughter, Shira, who will be grabbing the mic during our discussion.
And what is our discussion about this episode?
DC Fandome 2021.
So last year, we saw the DC Fandome live as it was airing, and it was really interesting. It was like a convention, sort of virtual and all DC. And we'd actually already gone to a Disney convention called D23 in person. So we've seen the all Disney, which is, Marvel and Star Wars as well. But we'd seen one of those live and in person. And this was DC's version during the pandemic of let's do a convention just for us. So
yeah, I think they were trying to step away from having things at Comic-Con and seeing if they could run their own show.
Right. And it was incredibly successful. I mean, they had millions of views. It was generally seen as an absolute win. And so this year, it was available in a lot more places. So last year, you had to log in to DC Fandome, and you could only watch it on DC Fandome. And of course, after the fact, it sort of leaked its way out to other social media. This time, it was more of a blitz. It was available live, not just on DCFandome.com, but on YouTube, on Twitch.
Well, it is possible that we missed some things that were exclusive to those, and we just don't know.
It is possible.
We only looked on YouTube.
We did. We just saw the YouTube feed. And I gotta say, I'm glad that I could watch it on the big TV as opposed to a little computer monitor. So that was fun. I think like last year, they really brought in the breadth of DC material. I mean, they remind you in no uncertain terms that, sure, Marvel has Emmy Award-winning TV shows, Academy Award-winning movies, just great entertainment all around. But DC has symbols and heroes that are instantly recognizable. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the Green Lantern.
And the formerly known as the Arrowverse has been going strong for a while.
Exactly.
And they also did is it 40 years for Smallville?
20.
I was making them really old.
Yeah, the 20-year anniversary of the first sort of DC show on the CW.
Only 20 years?
Yeah, because they started in 2001. They even said in their thing, we started right after 9/11.
Yeah, no, I feel like I was younger when I watched it.
So they really, it was a celebration of DC superheroes, but at the same time, it was also a reminder that for a long time, DC Comics owned television. Before Marvel Studios, they owned superhero movies, and they still have a lot to offer. I mean, they brought in, their major hitters to show you, The Rock on Black Adam and Zachary Levi and Shazam and
to celebrate, like we were saying, Smallville's 20.
Yeah.
And it's funny, they show you some of the actors and actresses that kind of began or had appearances on Smallville, and you're like, wow. I think the one that caught us by surprise is the one that plays the Flash's daughter, Nora.
Right. Really shows you how long she's been in the business.
Yeah, we've commented before that it's ironic the actress that plays the Flash's daughter is over 10 years older than he is.
Yeah. And
she can look a lot younger.
She does. And even Grant Gustin,
aged very, very
who plays
well.
the Flash, was making a comment of how amusing it was that these actors he's playing father to are, as he put it, around his age. So, and it is fun. It is kind of like a convention. They were some panels, quote unquote, except they weren't with a live audience, where the actors and the producers would talk about the experience. They showed new trailers and they showed new costumes, and
They showed new costumes, but you were in the impression that they really weren't actually showing the actors the costumes.
yeah.
It's like, did Grant Gustin really know what the gold boots look like, or is he just excited that he's going to have gold boots?
Right. They're obviously very good sport, and they'll do whatever, they need to do to promote their shows. But this was much shorter. We weren't watching it all day. Right. And because we were watching it on YouTube after it had live streamed, it meant we could fast forward through the things that weren't quite as interesting. Not to say that the bespoke Superman hats or the Puma sneakers aren't incredibly wonderful for those who like that kind of thing. But yeah, not necessarily looking for new sneakers or a hat. So we didn't need to sit through people talking about how great they are. But overall, I think this was a nice evolution.
Here comes the mic grab.
Well, there's got to be one or two. Overall, I think that it's an improvement over the last one in that it was a little bit more focused.
I think it was a little bit more organized.
It was a little bit more organized.
I feel like the last one, maybe they just tried to put it together too soon. They didn't actually know what was going to happen. And that's probably why they moved it to an open, like, YouTube.
They probably also didn't know yet what was going to work and what wasn't going to work.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, I think they did a great job. As a fan of DC, it was a lot of fun to see, and I'm glad they did it.
Yeah, it's fun to see some of the new stuff. I think the Batman looks very interesting.
Yeah, a lot of those trailers looked great. I thought the Batman trailer looked great.
It was nice to see that we're going to see a third season of Harley Quinn.
Yep.
And a fourth season of Titans.
That's right.
Even though the main character's daughter couldn't remember what season they were on. We didn't watch the Doom Patrol part because we want to get caught up on Doom Patrol before we watch it.
Well, thank you, Golden.
Oh, you're welcome.
And that's it for this episode. You can find the show notes at theomegabeam.com/144. If you liked this episode, please leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Your reviews help people who like this stuff find our podcast. If you have any comments or suggestions, please drop us a line at info@theomegabeam.com. Be good to yourselves and each other, and we'll catch you next time.
The Omega Beam. Full stop.